Boom, and we're live. Guys, we are back. We just missed the opening break. This is the first shot after the break between Fedor Gorst and Vincent Beaurivage. Welcome to the stream, everybody that was waiting. Let me get the chat popped out so we can make sure we don't miss any of that action. The chat is actually already popping off. Holy crap. 160 people were waiting to watch this match. So apparently some people know about this guy, Vincent, huh? Here we go.
Fancy jersey on. He's got to be able to run out, right?
Yeah, exactly. He's got his jersey on, right? We got Jay Diddy with us on the mic this time. We get a little bit of back and forth, and he can see you guys in the chat as well. What's up, Ken Harwell? Jason Money, what's going on? The NSA is watching, says, nice, let's go. I like that YouTube handle. Very cool. The NSA is watching. All right. 9 hanging over the pocket in this rack. Check it out. Slow rolling it. Misses the whole ball.
Missed the whole ball.
Well, you trust in the table.
He's rubbing his head there. That would be too.
Oh, you know what I just realized? I got to adjust the sound levels because you're going to be super quiet. Give me a second. Go like half there.
Yeah, Johnny Archer, Captain America, is out of the tournament.
Oh, that's right. He's out of the tournament. Did he cash?
I don't know if he cashed or not, but he lost to Shaw and Donnie Mills. Donnie Mills just knocked him out 9-5 in the last round.
Does anyone in the chat know if Captain America cashed? Archer cashed. There you go. There you go.
He cashed.
Oh my gosh. Nobody said that. Yo, what's
just
up,
like
Will
that,
Totten?
3-9. 3-9 goes down. 1-0.
I told you, 9 sitting over the pocket's going to be dangerous in that rack, especially if you give the guy ball in hand. And he's got a jersey on.
And his Fargo is 678. And this is a final 8 of the winners round.
Right. The winner here plays good player. Or wait, is that match over yet? There's a 750 Fargo playing in the other side.
It's either Casper or Eric.
Oh, that's right. Casper's the guy out of Finland, right? I don't know his. I don't think he has a Fargo.
No, he's a good player. And then Eric's, I can't pronounce his name, but he's also a good player. He actually beat Vitaly Patsura, the Fedor's driver. So Eric,
my buddy helping me out here. There was a line at the bar top.
And that's the bottom half of the final 8. So the winner of this match here will play the winner of Casper Eric, and then on the top side, the top 4 on the winner's side is Rodney Morris versus Jonathan Smith, and Waleed Hashim versus Eagle Eye Shaw.
Okay.
So those are our final 8. And Vincent here has a Fargo of 678, so we'll see how he breaks them.
Gotcha.
A little soft there. One ball came short. He's not going to like it, I don't think. Dry as a bone. Fedor gets another chance at the table here. 1-0.
I see someone in the chat saying that Donnie Mills is playing Kevin Clark right now. So after Kevin Clark's performance last night, I'm sure there's a hefty handful of people in this chat that are watching 2 tables right now.
Yeah, it's actually pretty cool. I was on YouTube earlier, so Dogging It. Joey Ryan is streaming a table. And you got Upstate Al that's streaming a table. And then you obviously have Fedor that's done every one of his matches. So
you've also got Shark Stream covering some stuff that the Digital Pool Stream Syndicate is putting out, and there's another guy out of Pennsylvania. It's called the PA. What did he call it? I forget. There's another channel out there that's covering the action too.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think
so, and they're all free, right?
Yeah, all those streams are free on YouTube. Yeah.
That's great.
Pennsylvania Pro-Am is what it's called. Oh my gosh, Fedor's gonna give up ball in hand again. He's been to the table twice, and he's given up ball in hand twice without even being hooked.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Fedor?
I mean, come on, Fedor.
Knock it off.
Yeah, I haven't even taken a peek, but I'm not sure how many are left on the loser side. I know that John Mora knocked out Vitaly Pitsura.
Okay, so Mr. Hare is on the out.
Yeah, and then Mora went on to beat and knock out Frankie Hernandez. So Mora's playing Jimmy Rivera right now. That's who Fedor beat last round, was Jimmy Rivera. And then another big upset, a Hill match that just went. It was actually on Upstate Al's stream. Was Torsten Holman losing to Ron?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Casanzio.
That's right.
So Ron Casanzio's going on to play Matt Crawl.
You know, honestly,
Kevin Clark is playing Donnie Mills.
Yeah, of all the winner's side players still on the winner's side, obviously I'm stoked about our boy being here, looking like he's playing good, generally speaking, up until this moment. And then Rodney Morris, I'm stoked about because he's playing for two guys. You know what I'm saying? Which is kind of cool that he's not in it for himself. Obviously he probably wants the title, and to snap off a tournament would be cool for Rodney, I'm sure, but to be able to get some money out there to Mika Immonen would probably be really cool for him too.
Yeah, I saw that he was playing for the Iceman.
Yeah.
And I'm not really sure what Vince was doing there, but
he kind of just sent it.
Kick here. Yeah, this is kind of tricky. Getting this 2-ball to where it's not playable.
Real slow.
Kick. Oof. Did okay.
Now you probably just lay the cue ball up past the 7, right? If you can hit the 2 thin enough.
Yeah, he's got to be careful though, because he could leave a pretty easy kick.
Easy kick, yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see. It's tough to tell from this angle if the 3 passes the 6. But I'm thinking he is going to be able to do the shot that you're talking about, just using the 7 for some cover here.
I mean, it'd be great if you got him in between the 7 and the rail. You know what I mean? Like on the back side of the 7 right there. I mean, obviously you gotta have a perfect touch for that, but it's a shot that's there. It looks like maybe. Kind of tough to tell from here.
Yeah, if you take away the 1 rail kick, but
he's obviously not thrilled.
No, I think he's really close to the deuce, so it's gonna be a little bit tougher here. He's looking at thinning this ball and trying to get some separation, but he's got to be careful with the kiss there.
Or maybe he's looking at kissing the 2 past the 7, like a double kiss.
Oh.
There's a 1-pocket kiss, like a shot in 1 hole, where if you get good at it, you can stop the rock near the hole with the double kiss. You know what I mean?
He's kicking.
Oh, he's kicking the 2 past the 7.
Yeah, this is really risky, especially with the bridge.
And getting enough speed on it to get a rail as well. I mean, yeesh.
Yeah, I think he should go with your shot, your first shot, just trying to get a little bit of a containing hook with the 7 ball. This could end really bad. Yeah.
Yeah, you basically give up all control right there.
Mm-hmm. Eagle Eye Shaw checking in on Fedor Gorst's match, and if they both continue to win, they'll both play for the hot seat. They'll meet in 2 rounds from now if they both continue to win. Fedor and Shaw, that is.
We back, baby. What's up, Javi Raps? What's going on? We got Jackie Diamond in the chat. Q time. What's going on? I'd be going at this ball pretty slow, like pocket speed kick. He's going at it hard. Oh, and he gets a little... Was that a fluke or was it wired?
I don't know. He hit it like it was wired, didn't he?
I might have to watch that back. We'll see what he does right here, and then we can watch it back together.
It's tough to tell here if he can get underneath the 9 ball. I don't think he can shoot here being a right-handed player. If he was lefty, he may be able to cut at this ball, but he's going to have to play some kind of safe here, I believe.
Maybe he can play, the almost southpaw.
No
grip.
way.
The fake
He's had
southpaw.
some pretty awkward. He's had some pretty awkward shots for having ball in hand twice in 2 racks, huh?
Well, yeah, I guess you could say that.
This
Someone
is
might
another
say
real
that.
awkward one. Even the 4 ball messes with the bridge there.
Okay, if he's going to take a second, I want to see that shot that we just witnessed. Let's go back right here. Oh, if you get between the rail and the 2, it looks like it might be dead.
We'll see if he shit it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sure was wired.
Yeah, it looks
Wow.
like it might have been calculated. Nice shot. Touche.
Pretty unfortunate if you're Fedor there to.
He might
Play
be playing the
safe
cue
there
ball
and leave it
behind the
wired.
3 here if he can miss the 9.
Or maybe the cue ball under the 9.
Oh, yeah, real slow, but gets a kiss off the point, a little nudge off the point instead of wedging him to the 9. Fedor might be able to see the edge of this ball.
Yeah, I think you can see the whole ball. Just based on Vincent's body language, it looked like he was not thrilled with the outcome.
Could play the little roll up on the 4 maybe, or I don't know. This is kind of a sticky spot. Maybe it might be time to unleash the powers of the ghost and just bank this 2 ball.
Yeah, and he could try to run the cue ball up into the 6 here. Just, he's going to play the 2
right
up there
behind
and
the
cue
9.
ball back to the
Oh my
9.
God, what a shot! Oh
Jeez.
my God, the extended table tap. You can actually see. You saw the chick like over here on the side tapping the table right here, like applauding. What a fantastic shot that was.
That's pretty good.
That's. I mean, any pool player in the chat knows. Looking at that shot, I'm terrified to shoot that shot because I'm gonna scratch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the pockets are playing big.
Yeah.
I've been watching a couple matches, so there's been a lot of scratches just because the pockets are so much bigger than what they're used to playing on, at least over the last 6 to 8 months.
I mean, there's no way to get to this ball. He's pointing at the one spot, and it's like if you move a 1/4 inch to the right, you don't even hit the 3. It goes so far to the right because you're so close to the rail right there.
Yeah, and it sucks because he can't really tie up the 9-5 because he could wire it. So
Right.
But that may be the play. Maybe the play is trying to tie up the 9-5.
This is about
type of way.
as blind a kick as you could be shooting that, like in the game.
This is
pool.
really, really, really tough.
Yeah.
He was close. Andy opened up the 3-6.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It opens up the problem balls.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. See what he does here. Is he lining up the 2-9?
Is he lining up the 2-9? I mean, no, the balls lay really quite good. I mean, obviously the 5
Well, the
maybe
5
is
the 5
blocked
is
by the
still
9,
up
but the
there.
4's on that end of the table. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't look terribly difficult to get on. Unless it's frozen. I mean, it could be frozen to the rail there.
I mean, the
And if it
2-9's
is,
not
he-
terrible either. The 9's real close to the pocket. I'd say whatever he chooses, he probably wins the rack.
Well, I mean, he could go at the 5 some kind of way with the 4 too if he's. Yeah, it goes. He'll be fine here.
You know what I just learned last night about Fedor's nickname?
What's that?
The Ghost. That
Yeah.
I never thought of before. Because I thought that it was only his nickname because it sounded similar to Gorst, right? And then someone in the chat was like, no, it's because if you miss, you lose. Like when you're playing the Ghost. And I'm like, oh, that's good. That's like really good.
Pretty
Because,
good.
I mean, it's pretty accurate most of the time. I mean, obviously everybody's human, but if you want to pick a guy on the planet that's as close to playing the Ghost as anybody else, it's probably this guy.
Yeah, and he got perfect here, Collins, because he's going to be able to bridge and not worry about the 9 ball. So that little bit of angle there is exactly what he wanted.
Right. You don't have to do a ton with the cue ball here too, because the 6 is so close to the pocket. You don't got to get real close to it. You can play the up and back if you want to. Pretty easy.
You'll probably just see him roll this ball with some high English and take the cut on the 6. A little bit past the side pocket, I'd say. Oh, he went all the way out.
Oh, but if you're the Ghost, why not just get ball in hand position on every shot?
Wow. Looking like we're going to be tied up at 1-1. If you're just now tuning in with us, this is a race to 9, winner break. It is rack for your opponent.
That's right.
So we'll see how Vincent puts them in the rack.
I also want to give a shout out to Digital Pool and Upstate Owl for getting Fedor the okay to do these streams. So shout out to them. Make sure you're subscribed to Digital Pool on YouTube or following Upstate Owl on Facebook. That's where all the featured table matchups are going to take place, are in those streams. So, shout out to them.
Yeah, and I would say probably this will be one of Fedor's last matches on his own on this channel, I would imagine.
Probably this one, maybe one more at some point, depending on how the schedule goes. But yeah, that's probably pretty safe to say.
All right, here we go. Yeah, we asked the chat multiple times for good nicknames for Fedor. I mean, he has the Ghost, but it's not like official his nickname.
Well, he put it on the Matchroom thing, the poster.
Yeah,
that's what they put on.
I mean, it is his nickname, but I think if he got a better one, he would go with
I'm never gonna call him Fedor the Ghost Gorst. It's never gonna happen. Right. But if I'm talking about the guy and not really mentioning his name, kind of like Steve Hausch out here is called the Roofer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Fedor's. Oh yeah. Oh, you played the Ghost before? There you go. Oh no, I gotta go play a few sets with the Ghost.
Yeah, I mean, the bad thing is you wouldn't really know who you're talking about. Are you talking about the game, the Ghost, or him? So he really does need a nickname.
What do they say in?
Haven't found one.
What do they say in Chatland usually? YK. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Yeah, I mean, I agree with Chad Johns. I like the Russian robot.
Yeah.
Jason
That's the classic.
Foster says he needs no nickname.
That is the classic, the Russian robot.
Yeah, I like the Russian robot. They're both very descriptive and accurate. The Russian robot or the Ghost.
The Ghost almost works, but doesn't fully work. I mean, it's close once you get that context. But we got our boy Vincent Beaurivage right now in a kicking spot or a pushing spot.
Yeah, he's pushing out here.
Pushing to a jump for Fedor.
I think he left it in. I think he left him a shot.
Even if he didn't, this is a jump that Fedor's going to shoot at almost every day because you can kind of use that 9 to control the cue ball. It's a full table jump too, which is handy for a full cue jump. But you're probably right. He can see the ball.
I think just based on Vincent's body language, it looked like he left it. Maybe a little masse. He looks like he's going to jack up a little bit here.
Maybe just over the edge of the ball. No, he's got it.
No, he is. He's got it, yeah. He's probably trying to beat the 3. He's probably going to try to punch and miss the 9 and the 3.
Oof.
And try to come 2 rails and play the 2 down here in the bottom left, right where he
stands.
stands.
That's going to take some serious touch, man.
But that's the reason why he's elevating just a smidge. That's what he's going to try to do here.
A lot of traffic at this shot. Look at the
at
5
this.
ball.
Yep. Look at this shot. Perfect. And he's got an angle here to where he can miss the 6 and go 2 rails or 3 rails back to the 3.
Oh, are you talking about this shot? Oh no, that's whoops. I gotta get my screen straight here. Talking about this baby, right?
Yep.
Something like that.
Yeah, but that was a really sweet shot he put on the last one to miss the 3 and the 9. That wasn't easy. Had to elevate a little bit to do it. And this one he doesn't look thrilled with. It doesn't look like he can beat the 6, Collins, just based on his body language. So he may have to take some chances here and just go off of the 6.
I think it takes the scratch out of play. So if you just load up with high and inside, you might get the cue ball moving, but you're gambling.
Yeah, I mean, with 9-ball pool though, the best players, they gamble quite often.
Yeah. Safe all the way. Disturb the 9.
I think he got the snooker. And there's no jump cues in this tournament. You can use your full cue, but you cannot use the jump cue. So this is actually pretty handy safety.
Well, you can use your full break cue as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
It just has to be a full cue.
Yeah, you can't. You just can't use the shorty.
Trust me, after last night, we're all hoping that Kevin Clark makes the finals. Okay, guys?
Man, that dude must have played unbelievable. Everybody's talking about him.
You haven't seen the set, man? If you haven't seen the set, you gotta. I mean, if you got an hour to kill at some point in the next 48 hours, you just gotta watch it for sheer entertainment value.
The dude was just shooting at everything, huh?
I mean, everything was working right till the end, and he was like splitting the uprights with every shot. You know, like just outrageous stuff constantly. It was really cool to watch, and you can tell it's just the way he plays the game, you know. And he's a 720 Fargo, and yeah, it was really cool.
You know, I really like that though. That's the thing that I think is good about 9-ball is the great equalizer. It's similar to like playing on the bar table. Once you get to a certain skill level, 9-ball is a fairly easy game. And if you have a lot of firepower, I mean, you can beat anybody in a race to 9.
Yeah.
I mean, let's see here. He's probably going to be, he may be shooting.
Here we go.
Yeah, he is.
Perfect speed on the cue ball. Look at the tap on the knee from Vincent there in the chair.
Jeez Louise.
Holy.
I'd say he's found the speed of the tables.
Yeah, I think.
Based on his safety plays and positional play thus far.
Yeah, first day he kind of struggled with the speed a little bit, and I think maybe the first match, but I mean, once Fedor's dialed like this, really, he's so tough to beat. But guys like Jason Shaw, right? Even guys like Rodney Morris are guys that can go after him in with table conditions like this, because they'll just, you know, anytime they get a look at anything, they'll just get out, you know.
Yeah, and I mean, you know how I feel. Like I sincerely think, and you know, I know that Fedor is a decent size favorite against Jason Shaw playing rotation pool, but in this format with the table conditions and racking for each other in a race to 9, it is absolutely a 50-50
100%.
coin flip. Like there's just so much variance in it. It's crazy, but you know, we'll see. It's been tough because I feel like that Shaw's kind of had Fedor's number as of late.
Yeah, especially on any race less than what, like 20 to 30 or whatever, right? They haven't played a long race like that in a while, right?
Yeah, they haven't. I mean, I feel like Shaw's kind of gotten the best of him. Well, he beat him in Hanoi, I believe. And that's when Fedor conceded, and he had 5 or 6 balls, and he kind of caught some shit over it. But
oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah. I think you and I did a stream together shortly after that happened, and we talked about it.
Yeah. 2 balls away from taking his first lead of the match here is Fedor Gorst. A couple nice position plays and nice cue ball control so far, Collins.
Yeah, looking real good.
See if we can go out here and check on some of the scores. See if we can get an update here. What is it?
Someone in the chat said that said FedEx is best. Like calling him the FedEx, the Federal Express. The Federal Express.
Looks like Rodney Morris is trailing Jonathan Smith 2-1.
He's about to ship his opponent to the one-loss side, Federal Express.
Federal Express.
Federal, but Fedorle.
Looks like Shaw is leading on the table on the north side of our screen there. Shaw's up 3-1, but it looks like Waleed's running out.
I think that was John in the chat, said FedEx.
Fedor inspecting the rack here. Must have got slugged last time, huh?
Yeah, maybe didn't break apart the way he was hoping.
Yeah, he normally doesn't do a whole lot of that. I'm sure him and Shaw will get into it. Oh. The 2 go, and it will. Another tricky little spot here.
Donald Porter in the chat says, we don't need to see the announcers. Can't we just hear the commentators? Why do we need to see the commentators?
Because we're so good looking. Why would you not want to see
That's why
us,
I put
Donald?
this guy on screen. Come on.
Let me take my shirt off? What do you want from me?
How are we supposed to show off our Coca-Cola? Not a sponsor. Coke, if you want to do a deal, let me know.
Doesn't want to look at us, huh? We're that ugly?
Uh-huh.
Who was that? Donald Potter?
Why do we have to watch these guys talk? Hey, Donald Potter, no one's making you watch the stream. I'm sorry.
If I had a name Donald Potter, I'd probably bitch too.
Yeah, whoa. Whoa. We're just having a good time.
I'm not
No,
drinking.
real talk, Donald. The reason Fedor and I have kind of decided together to go this route is number one, every other streaming format on the planet that isn't doing like the typical sports broadcast model has the person who's talking on screen, like chess, like any video game, like even a lot of sports out there. Like if you watch other streams of sports, a lot of the like basically every stream that exists has the person who's talking on screen. So you can see how that person is actually emoting, because you can't always pick that up via voice. And you can see when I'm interacting with the chat, when Jason's, it just makes it feel a little bit more personal. So we're doing this because it's a much more chill vibe stream. We're not here to educate you guys necessarily. We're here to sweat it with you guys, We're streamers, not commentators. That's right, Kev Massey. But thanks for asking, Donald. Hopefully you like it. And I hope you don't mind we take a dig at you. We get the question a lot, so it's not you personally.
And I'm just kind of here to be the jackass, so sorry about that, Donald.
Yeah, Jay Diddy's never afraid to just say something, which we like. We're always going to be here to have a good time. Like I said, we're just sweating the match with you guys.
And the only thing that Colin's picture is covering up is a little old lady in the top right-hand corner, so we can move that. There you go.
She doesn't look that old.
No, actually, I think that's Christina's dad.
Oh, okay.
I think that, look, it's Christina's dad. Yeah, you've got Christina's dad there in the black and white jacket.
Yeah.
Fedor.
Right on.
Mm-hmm. We could show him more often if you would like, Donald. Here we go, back to the game. It's a pretty crafty little shot
That was
there.
a nice shot. Yeah, look at his cue ball on the short rail too.
Arthur, I'm not sure if that's you, but if it's the same Arthur that was that was watching the Real Pool Talks podcast here on Fedor's channel, we still owe you a signed copy of the Billiards Digest, so make sure you reach out. I think that's Arthur. Rob said put Christina's dad back on. Looks like we're getting a ref over here to call a hit.
Really?
Little gamesmanship here. I love it.
Ricard Robbins says, "We love you, Collins, even after the Molina Mike picture."
That was a good picture.
Oh, that was brutal, man. I did not see that coming. What are we doing? That is going to be a bad hit.
I don't think it was bad. I think it was good.
What?
I think he made it. Are you kidding me? Wow, what a shot that was.
Wow, I'm glad they had the ref there because I would have called a foul. From the camera, anyway.
Yeah, I think it was a split hit. I'm surprised that ref made that call that quick though.
Yeah, it was fast. You know, there's the tournament director here at Hard Times, Brian LaFlame. He's a great guy, super smart guy. He's got a good sense of humor, but like he does a lot of calls like on the throughout, and he's very fair with his calls. But he says I forget who told him this, but when he was at some big event somewhere and he was talking to a bunch of the refs that had been doing referee work for a long time, he says, they basically told me, if you ever have a close hit call and like just make the call as quickly as possible and stick with it no matter what. And if you're not sure immediately if it was a good hit or a bad hit, just call it good and walk away.
That's good advice. Confidence is key in a lot of those situations.
Yeah, ooh, lovely little jelly roll there. Can I zoom in on a replay? I'm a little bit curious to check it out. Let me see if I can do this on the side where it won't cover anything up for Jay Diddy. Actually, Jay Diddy, I'm going to move you to a different screen.
Just cover me up. We'll be all right.
No, I'll move you to a different screen. You can watch over here. There you go. And then I gotta go right there.
It looks like the 7 ball is super tight.
Huh. Why am I streaming in 360p?
I don't know.
Hey guys, watching at home in the chat, is your quality capped at 360p? Please let me know in the chat, because if it is, then something's wrong.
I saw somebody say it was fuzzy, so let me go out to YouTube.
Let me see if that's something I can change on the fly or not.
No. Mine's at 720.
720, 1080p 60. That's so weird. My playback on the stream is capped at 360p. Okay, thanks for letting me know, guys. At least things are okay in the world. It's actually going to be tough to see.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. So score 3-1 now.
Ooh, guys. Guys, I think we got away with one on that one.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going to show you the playback right now. Let me get it set up. Here it is. Let me reset the transform. 1 second, guys. Where is it? Right here. Reset. Boom. Here it is. Oh, you can't see this. Hold on. Let me make sure you can see this. Switch screen sharing. Boom. Okay. Here we go. In slow motion. I don't know, guys. You think we got away with one?
Oh, it was bad for sure.
Yeah. My gut feeling said it was bad.
Play it one more time.
Hold on. Let's make sure we're not missing anything. Okay, we're good to go.
He's still racking.
Still racking. We'll play it one more time, guys. Oh, no. What happened? I lost the spot.
Oh, man. Here we go.
They're not watching this yet. I got to get it queued up so that everyone else can watch. We'll watch Fedor's break, and then I'll let you guys watch it one more time.
I think it was bad, Collins.
I think it was bad, too. That was my gut feeling when it first happened.
One ball straight in the side there. But he's not going to have a peek at the 2, so he's going to be rolling out somewhere here.
Okay, here we go. Let's watch it real quick. Yeah,
bad for sure.
That was definitely a bad hit, huh, guys?
Well, the guy took your advice. He just acted like he knew what he was talking about, said it was good.
And he walked away. Okay. Let's see what the chat has to say about it. Patrick Glynn says, looks good here. No crap. Jason Mooney says, Collins, I was at a tournament 2 months ago and Cliff Joyner had a post-up t-shirt on. That's cool. Someone in the chat just saying, no, good hit. That was a good hit, for sure. It would probably be hard to call, yeah, if you're at normal speed, but...
Yeah.
I always call the foul after the fact, on our boy, after the fact, after he's already run out. Walk away. Just wipe the hands and walk away.
It's a weird little spot here because he can't really get anywhere.
Can the player say anything to the ref, William? I don't think so. The player in the chair, no. Oh.
He's probably getting this one.
Yeah, he's probably getting this one back, yeah. What do you think Fedor sees? Some kind of jump?
I mean, I think he can see the edge of the ball, but how do you get safe?
I think the only shot there is something like maybe it's not even there. I don't even think it lays there to get over here.
No.
It doesn't lay there.
I mean, I guess you could play the 2 over. You could play the 2 over by the 6 and try to get the cue ball back up. Maybe use the 5 or something, but
yeah, look at
really
Vincent
tough.
trying to figure something out. He just doesn't want to give it back to Fedor because obviously he had some kind of plan, right?
It may even be an offensive shot in the bottom right. Oh, it went.
Do you think maybe he was just trying to convince himself that the ball went?
I don't know.
Because he missed that by almost the whole ball's width once you get across the table. It's tough to say. La Mula Garcia says, I thought a fan could call fouls like what happened to Scott Frost.
Hey, they got Scott Frost a commentator's job at the Moscone Cup.
Yeah, exactly. Got one bad call from the crowd gets him on the payroll. I'm just roasting Matchroom if you're watching. Come on. It's just a joke.
They're not watching.
They're not watching. No.
Red Door Den Training Center. Greg Hogue's in the chat, huh?
Oh, nice. What's up, Spanky?
Spanky, let's see some more of them training videos. Quit being going dark on us.
Oh, look at this cue ball. Look at the touch on that cue ball, man. Real nice shot.
Definitely feels like he's found the speed here.
Shaw's match is already 6-2, so they're on their 9th game. We're on our 6th. Good Lord, does Jason Shaw play fast?
Mm-hmm.
Blazing speed.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. It's good and it's bad, right?
Yeah. You mean for the player, or do you mean for...
Yeah, just for situations for Shaw. I mean, sometimes his speed doesn't allow him to dog it because he doesn't think about it, but then other times it gets him in trouble because he, plays a little careless.
Sure. I mean, that's the truth for so many of the players that play like... I mean, there's a couple guys out here that play like that. There's this player named Robert Mollet who's like probably I'd say a solid 600 Fargo, but sometimes you'd see him play and it's like there's no effing way this guy's just a 600 because everything he shoots at goes, and he's got a decent cue ball on him, But when it comes to the strategy side of the game, his decision making is a little bit too fast, So if the balls aren't spreading apart well, this quick decision making kind of keeps him at that 600 level, Not saying that.
Shaw. Somebody's asking in the chat if Shaw's playing with a carbon shaft. Yeah, him and Fedor actually playing with the same shaft. There were pictures circulating of Shaw at Moscone playing with the white carbon.
Looks like we're gonna get a dry break here. Maybe that 4-ball went tough to tell. Ooh, 9 in front of the hole again.
With the 2 there. To see making any 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. No, it's dry.
I think the 9 kissed up against the point of the corner there, which means it's not as easy as it looks if it is frozen there.
Yeah, I mean, he could run it out here. He could play the 2 in the side pocket. He has the right angle to come right back toward the 8 ball. Play the 2 in the side. Everything else has a hole. No, Billy Sykes Archer is out. He lost to Donnie Mills 9-5 last round.
Coming up short. 7's laying over the corner, though. Well, he's actually on the 50-yard line.
Yeah, that's... I still think he can play in the side.
Yeah.
And he actually can play the... It'll lead him to shape on the 3 as well. I'm not saying it's an easy shot, but if the 7-ball, if the 2-7 combo doesn't play, we'll see him shoot at the side here.
Sorry, Jason, I'm going to steal your view for 2 seconds here.
Oh, you're good.
There we go. Oh, just play the bank.
It at the 9.
Play the bank at the 9. I like that aggressive choice. He did leave a bank or a jump combo, though, here that I think is too juicy to not shoot at.
Absolute hanger here.
Desperation sitting in. I don't know if it's quite desperation. It's you got to take your shots. You know what I mean? When you know you're the... Let me put it this way. When you know you're the guy that's supposed to lose the match, like on paper, especially like if you know you're supposed to lose like 90% plus, you got to play a more volatile play style. You got to play the play style that's going to, you might make the shot less often, but when you do, it means you convert the game into a win. Where the war of attrition that the pros play against each other, sometimes you're like always losing.
Yeah, I mean you can't go dinking and dunking around against Fedor.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, no favors for Vincent here. Fedor missed a hanger jump combo and hooked Vincent.
Look at him just. He set down his cue to think about this one.
Yeah, this is just frustration here.
Honestly, I think my cue in my hand helps me think better.
I think this is his way of pouting. I really do. I think this is like his way of crying. Like setting it down, just like, are you kidding me right now? You just missed that combo that bad, and this is what I have. Like, this is a show for him. A lot of people do this.
I think it's
a cycle.
I
think it's a show.
If that's the case, I don't know. That's a little
It's
silly.
like, yeah, it's just him being a crybaby. Look.
Dude, that's my favorite thing about you, Jason, is you don't pull any punches, man. You just say.
I mean, it's the truth, though. Like, why else would you set your cue down? I mean, it's just wants everybody in the crowd to know that he just got unlucky. We get it. It's going to happen another 4 or 5 times this match,
Definitely could.
Just figure it out.
Everybody in the chat's agreeing with you. Oh, there you go.
He's looking at a 2-rail kick here. Hit it pretty good. It's a nice shot. Very nice.
Yeah, I think there's multiple people in the chat that are capping out at 360p. I have no idea why that's happening. I'm looking at my settings and everything should be good. So hopefully you can just refresh the stream, or I'll do some research.
I checked it on my cell phone, Collins. It was great quality.
Okay.
It was at 720 auto, but it definitely wasn't 360.
That's Dr. Disrespect right there. If you heard that.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, I was just pulling out my cell phone YouTube.
It's better than having X videos on there whenever you
Whoa.
turn it on.
Whoa.
All right, here we go.
What's on your cell phone, buddy?
Oh, here he goes. Just go. Hey, Vince, go put your cue down again. Come on. You got a combo here. Play it.
Stop.
Oh,
I honestly,
man.
you know what I do maybe? I might send the 2 at the 7, like rail first, and send the cue ball at the 9.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad shot, actually, because the 2's going to be going that way. I don't know if you're going to get enough speed to get the 9.
Ooh, just all
played
out
9.
at the 9. There you go.
What a shot, man. Dome scratching the side on Vince.
Wow. No chance.
Shot there.
See, that happens. I mean, sometimes if you want things to work out for you, just put your cue down for a second, fold your arms, do this, and then things might work out. Do you feel better now, Vince? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, I had to roll with your joke for a little bit.
That's good. No disrespect to Vince.
No,
I
of course
understand
not.
that
We're
you're
just being playful.
playing,
Guys.
but you're playing one of the best players in the world. You're getting streamed. You know, there's a lot of people watching in the crowd there.
Yep.
And you feel like you're playing okay, and he scratches twice, and misses an easy jump, and then hooks you, and you're
Look,
like,
he's
why me?
Smiling now. Smiling now. That's good.
Let's see what he gets here.
Yeah, that's interesting. On my phone, it caps out at 1080p, but on computer, it's at 360. So everything's good to go. Sorry if you're having issues. Watch on your cell phone.
Yeah. Here we go. See how Vince breaks them. 4-2 is the score. Rack number 7. Here we are. We're racing to 9 winter break. We're in the final 8 on the winner's side here at Turning Stone. Appreciate everybody tuning in. If you haven't already liked and subscribed and made sure that you turned on notifications for Fedor's YouTube channel here, make sure you do so. It's going to have a lot of pool coming up on this channel. Following the Turning Stone Classic here, you will be at the Mini Derb at Rail Yard Billiards in Louisville. And then followed very shortly after will be the Derby City Classic, where he'll be streaming all matches that he possibly can where he's not on the AccuStats Arena. So make sure that you subscribe and set notifications for Fedor's channel.
And Jason and I will try to be a part of as many of those as we can, although it is going to be a very busy month. So, and I do happen to be a working man. So
yeah.
Stephen, thank you for the compliment, buddy. Thank you. Jackie Diamond asks, "Hey Jason, did Collins ask you about backing me when I come out to California to play him?"
Oh man,
you don't know Jackie Diamond, do you?
No, I don't.
No, she's a player out of. She was at the U.S. Open because she lives in Atlantic City or near Atlantic City.
I see we got Marty Herman in the chat. We need to get him in some action.
Yeah.
What is it, Herman University? Get him to come out there and try you some, Collins. Now you quit pool, man. You told me you're done. You done playing pool?
I'm done for a few months. I'll be back probably March or April, depending on if I feel good about the work I've gotten done. Collins, do you play One Pocket? Yeah, it's my favorite game. Every other game is boring. Unless you're watching literally world-class stuff. I get bored after watching 9-ball for one set. But One Pocket, it's just way too interesting of a game. I think there's someone else up in this box in the corner that might agree with me.
Yeah, I'm a huge One Pocket fan. Huge One Pocket fan. I like watching some 9 and 10 ball, but it gets pretty boring to me.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, watching rotation, there's got to be some kind of stakes, like some decent stakes, or like a tournament like this, or extremely high level play. That makes it entertaining, like 700 plus or like 680 plus play is pretty entertaining, But other than that, watch. I do a stream twice a week with amateurs playing. We just did one last night, and that's interesting to me because I know the players personally, right? I know all the players that play on the stream, and I know like their character and like their personalities and stuff. So it's like a little bit more interesting for me to watch that. But just in general, the most entertaining game that I could watch anybody play, almost at any level, is One Pocket because there's so many different things that can be done at any given moment. And like people interpret, the table position in different ways too, which is kind of an interesting thing to talk about. So, yeah.
Yeah, I will say this. I really enjoy the kind of the new age One Pocket with a lot of the straight shooters because they've changed the game. They're so accurate and they can shoot from so many locations now where 10, 15 years ago it was much more of a moving game. Now it's become more of a shooting game. Obviously you have people like Alex Pagulayan and Scott Frost and different people that can turn it into a moving game really fast and freeze you to the back of balls. But if you're going to the Derby City Classic or if you're watching Fedor or Filler play One Pocket or Tony Chohan, it's super exciting. It's not going to be boring at all. It's not going to be bunting balls around up table very often.
Well,
it's a lot of shooting.
The thing that I always say, and there's a few people in the chat that are saying things like, oh, it's just really boring to watch. And it's like, yeah, until you've played it a bunch. Like once you start to really play the game and really understand the game well, the game becomes way more interesting because you see it through different eyes. It's kind of like the analogy that I give is when you first pick up the game of pool versus like a few years later when you start to really understand everything that's happening on the table. 9-ball is a totally different game to watch once you understand how to move the cue ball and, thinking a few shots ahead and safety play and all this stuff. It becomes more interesting to watch the pros. Same thing happens for One Pocket. Even if you're really good at 9-ball or 8-ball or 10-ball or straight pull or whatever, it becomes way more interesting once you've invested the time to pick up the game because it's that complex of a game, right? So it's just one of those things that you gotta. It's an acquired taste, and you have to put in the effort to acquire the taste.
Yeah, and if you do, I mean, honestly, I think there's so many people in the pool community that once they fall in love with one pocket, they don't really enjoy any of the other disciplines.
Yeah.
You know,
Not the same
at
way,
least
anyway.
Not the same way, yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of those people start off saying, "Oh, one pocket's boring," and then when they get into it, like you said, they start playing it.
Yeah.
I start seeing the different shots.
I was that
what
guy.
What they would do.
I was that guy. I was Mr. 9-ball. Like, I only liked 9-ball. And
it's like the natural progressions, though, right? Like people
right,
start off and they play 9-ball, and then they're like, I'm kind of bored with this. I'm going to play 10-ball, and then, you know, some in different parts of the country they pick up banks, and the new popular game now is banks by the rail and ring games. That way, 5 and 6 guys can play together and play $5 or $10 a rail, whatever. And then, you know, they naturally most people graduate to one pocket.
Right. Yeah, the only thing that really I actually got forced into enjoying the game was because I picked up streaming, and I started streaming 2 years ago. And people wanted to stream their one-pocket matches, or like people that were watching wanted to see a one-pocket tournament. And I'm like, I'm the guy on the mic, and I had to bring, you know, other guys in here to even have any clue what was going on. And then you just start to have these aha moments, and then you try to implement it on the table. And then you come back to the, you know, watching the videos, and the advantage actually of like learning one pocket while streaming it is you have to like try to articulate your logic out loud about why you've come to the decision of your shot. And if it doesn't make any sense, then it's a bad shot, right? So it like helps the thought process about like what's gonna help and what's not.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, the other thing is to consider to be an elite player at the top, like world class. You can do it playing 9-ball only if you're going to play 9-ball. But if you want to be an elite world class 10-ball player, obviously you got to develop the break, but you also have to develop the tactical side of it. And a lot of one pocket is playing combos, kicking, playing really good solid safeties. And when you're playing 10-ball at the highest level, in order to compete with Shane Van Boning or Fedor Gorst or any of the top level guys, you have to be able to play a tactical side of the game, because not everything lays open. You have to know how to play combos, which, you know, obviously straight pull and one pocket teach you. But the most important thing is you have to learn how to kick, and you have to learn how to play safe, and you have to learn the most important thing that one pocket teaches you is cue ball control. Right. And it's perfect for you know, either 10-ball or 15-ball rotation. 9-ball, you don't really have to have a one pocket knowledge to be elite. You can be like a Joshua Filler and just run out from everywhere.
Oh yeah,
you
dude.
Know, but
one of the other things that one pocket, I know we've been on this rant for a while, but one of the other things that one pocket really kind of opened my eyes to was not just paying attention to the ball you're hitting and the cue ball. Like, pay attention to every ball that you can try to predict in the shot. You know what I mean? Like, try to notice the different contacts that are going to happen in the whole shot, and then you can start to like get a little bit more creative with your decisions. I actually wanted to say there's a few people in the chat that have said that the stream is really fuzzy. I wanted to show you. If you're on your cell phone, if you click on it, there's a little gear in the bottom corner, or no, the top corner. It's over here. If you click on that gear, you can choose your setting for the clarity. So that should help sharpen the image up a bit. But
Easy says, what happened to Dennis Orcolo? Nothing happened to Dennis. He's just actually something.
Something kind of happened. Yeah.
Yeah, he's not allowed back in the States. He overstayed his visa, so he's
probably got 2 or 3 years,
banned.
maybe 4 years left on that. Wasn't it a 5-year ban?
It was a 5-year ban. I would say he hasn't been to the U.S. in 3 years, I would imagine.
Yeah.
So you'll be seeing some Dennis. I mean, that was actually, I mean, I love Dennis, but it was actually good for a lot of the top players, because Dennis was absolutely in his prime, winning everything, all disciplines.
Right.
And it really kind of opened the door for a lot of people.
Calling a ref over because it's all ball fouls.
Oh, it is all ball fouls.
Maybe it's cue ball fouls only, but he's asking because he's shooting over a ball. Fedor's just clarifying the rule, I guess.
Fedor, tell him you'll sign him a cue ball if he calls it good.
How much weight can that really pull?
Rodney Morris is up 6-4. Whoever asked in the chat.
Look at the speed here. Look at the speed.
Wow. I mean, that's pretty good.
Pretty good.
See if we can take a peek here. Shaw's only up 5-4 now. So tight match there on the northwest corner of our. And it looks like Waleed's running out.
Hashem is. It looks like it's 5-4.
Is it 5-4 or is that 5-5? It was 5-4. Maybe that's ahead.
There's a delay on our stream because Fedor's streaming it out to us. I think we're about 15 seconds behind, 10 to 15 seconds.
So 5-4 is the score up there. Tight one.
Hey, thank you, Donald Anemone. Thank you, buddy. Good to see you, man.
John Moore, sweat this. John Moore's trailing Jimmy Rivera 6-2 right now.
No kidding. The guy that Fedor just sent to the one-loss side, Federal Express.
Federal Express. And Ron Casanzio is beating Matt Krall 8-2.
Sorry about
he just knocked off Torsten and about to knock off Matt Krall.
Wow.
Kevin Clark and Donnie Mills are locked up at 4 apiece.
Chat saying all ball fouls. Or at least one person in the chat is saying that.
I mean, it doesn't surprise me.
Any confirmation?
Honestly.
Turning Stone Classic regular rules, all ball fouls. Look at this little nudge on the 5 ball to end up straight in.
It's pretty sweet, wasn't it?
Pretty sweet.
I'm sure that was not intentional.
Turning Stone is always all ball fouls. Gotcha. Thank you, Nick. Nick Hugo. On the stroke only, is Will Totten says. Meaning if you're stroking through the ball and you touch any other ball nearby, that's an interesting, specific, mildly gaffy rule.
Yeah. Well, so is racking for your opponent.
Yeah. Oh, and Don Anemone coming in with the $20 super chat. Rock and roll, Donald.
$19.99, Don. Thank you, buddy.
If you move it before the shot, you have the option to move it back, or is it like you have to move it back? That's an interesting rule.
Yeah, I mean, me personally, Collins, if there's not a referee on every single table watching every shot, my preference is cue ball foul only.
I mean, it's the only one that makes sense. It's the only way that makes sense. Yeah.
If not, you just run into the Hunter Lombardo, Scott Frost situation where you can just call a foul anytime you want.
Right.
It's kind of bullshit.
Zinging that cue ball.
Yeah, he's really got the speed down, doesn't he?
Yeah. He can tell he's got like the feel for how the cloth is going to grab the cue ball on a draw stroke too. You know, like with how it bends or whatever when you're cutting the ball with a draw stroke.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, Collins, I'm really excited to see with his new Q sponsor, White Carbon 6060. I'm really excited to see Fedor take his game to the next level because they're definitely working with him and allowing him to customize different parts of the shaft, different parts of the cue. He's going to be developing his own signature line, and he's very involved in that. I mean, it's so serious, Collins, that he just bought a lathe because he wants to start trying different stuff with the tips to see if he can change this and change that. So, you know, he's taking it to different levels, and he wants to make sure that if there's anything that he can potentially do to give himself an advantage or change the way that he plays with the equipment to make himself more accurate, he's going to do it. So I'm really excited about his new partnership with 6060 and the White Carbon shaft. I think it's going to be great to see, and I do think that, you know, he's to a level right now that if he can improve something by 0.5% or 1/4%, it could really change. I mean, there's not much more he can do, right? get much better.
Well, I mean, he could just.
But
has he thought about just playing perfect? Has he thought about trying to just play perfect?
Yeah, he needs to, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But I think it's pretty cool though. I mean, I don't know if we've seen any players really, at least during my time in pool, that are that dedicated. That I mean, he's wanting to get that deep in it. That he's wanting to put his own tips on.
Yeah, I think
he's
so.
wanting to develop the shaft more and the cues more.
Yeah, the last guy to do like involved stuff like that was the Pearl. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Take his equipment to the next level, you know?
Yeah. We'll see what happens
Jason
with it.
doesn't like that joke.
The Earl, the Pearl. Yeah, well, I mean, listen, I tried to get, when Fedor first came over here, he actually played. He played a guy local here in Louisville. His name's Nine Ball Bob. And he wore the head or the earmuffs like Earl did. Like it looked like he was about to go out and weed eat or mow his yard with these
Go out to the
big
shooting
earmuffs
range.
on. Yeah, I mean, he kind of got broken into the Earl effect.
Yeah.
But yeah, putting weights on his arms and taping this up and that sort of stuff. But I think most players, most pros, they play so good that they maybe not even notice certain things. They just kind of notice that it feels good or whatever.
Sure.
But they're not trying to get that deep.
Like, oh, I get what you're saying. Like, specifically thinking about it. Yeah, I get what you're saying. It's kind of difficult to articulate, but yeah,
well,
like treating it almost
the
like
taper.
Yeah, like a
the
different
softness of the tip, the layer of the tip. Where's he cutting the tip? How's he shaping the tip? What's the ferrule made out of? What's the joint made out of? What's the pin? What's the weight? Where's the balance point? Like he's wanting to know all of those things. And the thing is, he's so accurate, and that's the one thing about Fedor, and that's why I think what 60 is doing is so smart. He's as close to a computer with a pool stick in his hand as you can get without being a computer, right?
Sure.
Like he can tell you the human side of things, and it's almost like he's a computer,
almost
it's
like
he's the robot.
Robot.
But it's pretty cool though. I mean, if you think about it, I know a lot of his fans enjoy watching him play, but there's just so much that goes into the art of what he's doing right now. It's not just, setting up mighty X drills. I mean,
Sure.
The guy's consistently and constantly thinking about different ways to maybe make small incremental improvements, 1/4%, 0.5% to his game. So
Right.
that's pure dedication and honestly the maturity at age 23 to be thinking like that. I mean, for me, I've always said this, I don't think it matters what Fedor does. He's going to be successful just because of his mindset and his perspective.
Right.
He could be a businessman. He could do whatever he wanted to do. He just chose pool.
Yeah, so it's kind of like there's people in the chat saying, "Oh, it's not the arrow, it's the archer." It's not the. You get what I'm saying, but
yeah,
I mean, I'm sure people said that for a long time with golf about the club before they decided, oh my gosh, this different length club makes a difference here. Oh, this different weight for the head of my club makes a difference here. Oh, if the head of my club is hollow, it does a different thing with this kind of hardness or whatever. It's like if you start to really pick it apart like that, you might actually learn something new that could somewhat impact your game. And I know it sounds like you're comparing apples and oranges here because golf happens on such a larger scale, but the reality is on the pool table, even though it's only a 4.5 by 9 foot surface, the difference between like making things happen accurately, like exactly how you need them to in order to convert the game to a win, is very similar to how accurate you need to be with a golf stroke to have the ball land, in one place versus 10 feet different. You know what I mean?
And different spins and everything. I mean, and actually, I believe that one of the engineers or the guy that's helping 60 with their carbon shafts actually comes from the golf side.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
I mean, it's just carbon fiber, right? Like, it's the same thing.
Right.
Technology took the sport of golf to a different level, and it's changed pool too. Honestly, Collins, if you look at it.
Yeah.
I mean, it really has.
100%. It's a totally different game than it was, 20, even 15 years ago. So.
Fedor. I like that power structure. Fedor. Meanwhile, Vincent trying to cut the lead to 3 games here. 2 balls away. Nice speed. Do you play with carbon fiber?
You know, I've played with up until I sold my cue. So I sold my cue as more of a statement to myself that I'm taking a break from the game. Before I sold my cue, I was playing with an 11.8 Revo because I always played with the Z shaft, right? The 11.75 Z2 for like 6 years or whatever it was. So I like the narrow shaft. I like the feel of the narrow shaft. Played with carbon fiber, but ever since I sold my cue, I had one leftover shaft, like my backup shaft, in my case, and I still have it, and it's a Unilock, and it's an old Z shaft, right? It's a Z. It's actually a Z3, but I've been playing with it, like throwing on whoever has a Unilock cue that I can hit a ball with, you know? I'll throw it on there and just hit some balls with it. And I play great, and it feels really good, and I'm like, hold on a second, is there something to this? So now I'm in the boat with everyone else that has been going back and forth with the fad, you know? Like, man, carbon fiber was great when I was playing with it, but now that I like the feel of the wood shaft, do I want to go back when I get a cue again? I don't know. Maybe I'll just have one of each, you know?
You're going to be playing pool in a week.
No, it's been a month already. It's been a month. I'm pretty committed. I mean, I'll still hit balls. I'll still, like, you know, if I come in here and I do some work with graphics or something, and I've been working on it for a while, and I'm going to take off, then I'll go play, you know, 3 or 4 racks with somebody, right? But it keeps me from staying on the table for like 6 hours, you know?
Update our score there for us, Colin.
Oh,
6
yeah.
to 3's our score.
Thank you.
Vincent to break.
I got to change this song. Kills me. There we go.
And I've seen most players here trying to cut the one on the side. So what I mean by that is he's trying to cut the one ball and make it in the side pocket on the right-hand side of where he's standing.
Here's the interesting thing about this break is they are breaking from the box, but the one's on the spot. So if the rack is racked a specific way, they can still wire up the corner ball or the wing ball to the corner pocket.
Yeah, but I think the point is the wing ball's not going to go if it's racked for each other.
Right.
Like they're never giving each other a rack where they're going to make the wing ball.
Right.
They shouldn't.
Shaw's battling 5-5. Do we have an update on the Kevin Clark match, guys?
Fedor's not going to like this one. It's a little short with the cue ball, and that was because he hit it a little fuller than he wanted to. I'm going to go get you an update. Looks like Kevin Clark's up 5-4. Let me update it and make sure that it's right.
5-5 also is what the chat's saying.
Rodney Morris is on the hill. He's up 8-5.
Who's
Shaw
Rodney playing again?
Jonathan Smith.
Okay.
Shaw and Waleed are tied up at 5. Obviously, we're 6-3 here. Eric is up 7-5 on Casper.
S3204 asks, are both ends carbon fiber or just the top half of the cue? They aren't one piece like some snooker cues. No, so pool cues come in 2 pieces, generally speaking. And most players will agree that the rear end of the cue has more to do with feel and the front end of the cue has more to do with performance. So the shaft is what we're talking about, which is the front end of the cue. When we talk about carbon fiber versus wood, that's what we're talking about. Now, there are players out there that would say, no, the butt of my cue performs differently. I think that's a little bit woo-woo. That's my opinion. It's all up here. Feel. Feel is important. Feel is just as important as how the cue feels. If it feels good to play with the cue, it's going to have those kind of subconscious effects that are going to allow you to perform at your highest level and not be distracted by the way the cue feels. Rivera over 6-4 over Mora right now. Coming from the chat.
All right, back to the full jump cue here.
Did he kick that ball in the hole? No, it didn't go.
No, I think he got extremely lucky there. It hit the point. Did you see that? It hit the point and went underneath the 6. It was going to come right back out to the middle of the table. We'll see if Vince leaves his cue at the chair there to study this one.
You see him pat his thigh there when Fedor got the little roll. He gave him the good shot pat.
I mean, Fedor has been on the fortunate side of the rolls so far in this match. You can't deny that.
Yeah.
Who makes the best cue in the world? Somebody's asking you.
I don't know.
I mean, that's just preference,
I
right?
don't know how to answer that question. I don't even know what that question means. What do you mean by best, Best for what? Best looking cue? Best feeling cue? Lowest deflection? Best for backhand English? What are we talking about? So many different things can define best. That 9-ball ends up right in front of the corner there.
Yeah, I think Fedor's going to be jumping here again. This will be another highlight shot here if he's able to. I think he's going to shoot too.
He's going after it. He's looking at the hit spot.
Yeah. I mean, it carries a reward, right?
Lowest deflection cue, is that what you mean? I think that's what he's saying. What's the best deflection cue is the question. I think, in my opinion, the lowest deflection you're going to find is a Revo shaft. I mean, it's like almost zero. Now, there's a possibility that might change soon because I've seen a couple of prototype shafts out there that I've hit balls with that were very impressive to me, that were like carbon core wood shafts. But Synergy is actually closer to like a 314 shaft, like a Predator 314, so it's a little bit more deflection than a Revo. Revo's like...
Yeah, actually, the white carbon deflects like nothing. Like none.
Really?
Yeah,
I've never hit a ball with a white carbon shaft.
Yeah, so. I actually play with a Revo, and my cue deflects a lot more than Fedor's.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I would be thrilled to try that out. My aiming system is completely... like, the less deflection, the better for my aiming system.
Yeah, so they're asking about Fedor's tip. He uses a Kamui on his playing cue, and then he uses Talon for his break and jump.
Need to find a good cue, but I'm a complete amateur. If you're a complete amateur, just pick up a cue that feels good in your hand, man. And then once you start dialing in your mechanics and stuff, like your stroke mechanics, and you feel good about how, you feel good over the ball, and you feel like you're pretty accurate with a center ball hit as far as cutting balls in, then at that point it's good to invest in a nicer, higher performance cue. But if you're a complete amateur, it might be best to just whatever feels good at a reasonable price. And focus on center ball.
Oh, man. Tough miss there from Vincent. That one's going to hurt. does look like he's going to have to run out here. Do you think the 6 ball's available in both corners up top?
I don't think it matters, because if it doesn't go in the right-hand corner, I think you're playing the combo every time.
Yep.
Yeah.
But if it goes, he probably won't play the combo.
I think Fedor gets out here 97.5% of the time.
The commentator's curse.
Maybe 2.5 out of 100 he doesn't get there.
Yeah, well, this would be the shot that he would miss.
Yeah.
If there is going to be one, or potentially the 5 to the 6 if he were to goof up and get straight here. I think he's just going to probably play short side of this. Oh, he went ahead and went all the way out.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, but he might get straight. That's what I'm saying. That was the 2.5% that you said.
Stop it.
And I think it may have happened.
Stop
No,
it.
I'm serious. He went and looked. He may be able to use the rail here. And
he's got a bigger pocket, too, and they're a little bit forgiving, too. He might be able to cheat this and spin the ball forward.
Yeah. Yep.
He's queuing low, though. He's spinning with outside. Nope. Watch for the whip. Get past the 8, baby. Get past the 8 one time.
Yeah, he's there.
Is the carom on from here? No, you can't see that side of the 6 anyway.
No, he's just going to cut this bad boy in.
But if the 8 wasn't there, and look at the angle, it looks like 30 degrees, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, he got as funny as he could have gotten on the 5 ball. Nice recovery, though.
I was going to say, it's a nice recovery after this shot.
Yeah, and I liked what he did there, Collins.
Let out the stroke.
A lot of people try to hold that ball. A lot of people just try to roll that 6 and hold it. And you're not going to be as accurate, and you can catch a skid more often doing that. So with him just go ahead and letting his stroke out there, getting through the ball, using two rails, I think you're going to be more accurate there. It was definitely a pro shot there. Really maneuvering through this rack. I definitely don't think it was 97.5. Or do you?
No. From that spot, it was. From the spot where I made the prediction, it's 97.5, because even in those spots where he gets a little funky, he still often converts. And then all the times that he doesn't get funky, it looks like everything was a hanger. You know what I mean?
Yeah. 7-3 is the score after 10 racks. We are going to 9 here.
Big shout out to Upstate Owl's stream and Digital Pool for giving Fedor permission to do these streams and giving us the permission to hang out with you guys. It's been really fun so far. I'm hoping we get at least one more after this.
Yeah,
maybe
absolutely.
tomorrow sometime. 1,400 people watching, guys.
1,400.
Don't forget to click that like button, baby.
Collins, I think you need to give yourself a plug. Tell everybody how they can subscribe and
sure.
your stuff at Post Up.
Yeah. If you like the vibe of this stream, I stream twice a week out of Sacramento, streaming amateur action, and we have fun over there. It's called Post Up on YouTube. We also cover any large regional events that happen in this pool room at Hard Times Billiards. It's the room owned by Oscar Dominguez here in Sacramento, California. So anytime there's a large regional event where pros show up, I'm streaming all those events out here, and then I occasionally travel to cover larger events abroad, but not abroad like outside of the country, but out in other states. And actually, the main reason why I don't do more of them is just because I don't really get reached out to by event organizers. So if you know anyone that's looking for a streamer and you like the vibe, chuck my name in the hat, see what happens.
There you go. Go out there and like Colin's stuff. Vincent. Tough position on the deuce here. See if he can get the window. I don't think he did. I was kind of surprised to see that he used inside English there, Collins. He could have just used high and just gone straight up.
Yeah. Like play speed to end up on the short rail?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He tried to get underneath the 7. It looked like he was potentially trying to go in between the 7-9 or something, but
Are they going to do a Cole Dixon Memorial this year out there in, you talking at Family Billiards in San Francisco? I don't know, Will. I don't know. How many years has it been since they've done one of those? I think it's been a while. Gets a rail with the 7 ball, but there looks like there's a window to the 2 ball.
yeah, things are continuing to not go Vincent's way.
Hey, Kev Massey, thank you, buddy. Glad you like
Yeah,
it.
we appreciate all the positive comments, guys. Thanks
Yeah.
for tuning in with us.
Yeah, Nick H asks, when are Oscar and Carl supposed to play? The last thing that I've heard from Oscar, because I asked him about it about 2.5 weeks ago. The last thing I heard was the match is still on. We don't have a date. I'm gonna bust his ass.
Who is it?
Carl Boyes and Oscar Dominguez.
Man, that's tough. Last time Oscar tried that, he didn't like it.
Yeah, but Carl hasn't been playing. So Carl
Yeah.
Carl says all I have to do is practice for a month and I'll murder you. And Oscar said tails.
Well, I tell you what, there's the truth. Like, Oscar's one of my favorite people in pool. I love Oscar. But I just think it's a different class. I mean, I understand that he hasn't been playing, and Oscar, has been playing a little here and there. And Oscar's known as a better gambler and all this. I just think that Carl Boyes is just in a different class, and I think he's going to win that match. And I don't really particularly like Carl Boyes, and I love Oscar. So that's just my take.
I would take my boy in that match, and I mean, here's why. Did you watch the last 2 tournaments that he played in?
Oh, I know Oscar's playing good. I'm not saying that.
His cue ball is absolutely sick. Now, the break, which is everything, he's working on his break. Let me put it like that. He's working on
Yeah. I think it's more about racking, but honestly, to tell you the truth, like I don't think the break even matters in the match. Like I just think that after the break, it's just a different class. That's what I think. And I love Oscar.
Okay.
I'll give him a big hug when I see him at Derby. And he knows more than anybody. I bet on him if I like him, and I bet against him if I don't.
Trust me, I'm gonna send him a clip.
He's good with it.
I'm gonna send him a
fine.
clip of all this.
That's fine. Send it.
You'll get some extra action if the match ever happens on the side.
But Collins, listen, here's the bad thing. If he hears me say it, he may not play it, so don't send it to him.
Oh,
We all wanna see it.
stop. Stop it.
Oh, that's funny. No, I got scared. I should have bet a lot more against Chris when he played Chris, but I got scared because a lot of people that are kind of in my corner that we talk about the matches and different stuff, and we're usually on the right side whenever we all agree. They liked Chris, and I'm like, screw it. Oscar messaged me. I still bet on him.
Oscar tried to dog it, and he still won.
Yeah. I mean, what did he win? 30-13, the third set against Chris?
Yeah.
Oscar's fully capable of playing a really good set and beating Carl. I'm not saying that. It's not like it's a unwinnable match for him. I just think it's just a,
You
to
think
me,
the edge
I
is
think
on one? Think the edge is on one side? Yeah, I get you.
I think it's 60-40. That's what I think.
Yeah.
We'll see here. Fedor on the hill, looking to be the first one in the final 4 of the winners.
Dude, I love so much that last night was so fun for so many people, that Kevin Clark match, that we're still getting random comments coming in at the end of this set that says, is Kevin Clark alive in this tournament? I love it, dude.
Dude, I've got to go watch it. Like, everybody, that's all I've heard about is Kevin Clark. Even my dad was watching. He's like, who is this guy? He's like trying to call him. This Kevin Clark must be the real deal.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a blast,
Look at this.
dude.
Look at this little smoocher. Nice shot from Fedor there.
Clark is up 7-6 against Donnie Mills right now.
Looks like Shaw's running away on Waleed. He's up 8-5. They were tied at 5.
And what about that match between? What about Mora's match with Jimmy?
Eric and Casper is 8-7 now.
Casper in the lead?
No, Eric.
Eric in the lead. Okay.
Mora's trailing 5-6 on Jimmy Rivera.
Okay, that match has slowed down a bit.
Yeah, and looks like Ron Kazanzio just beat Matt Crawl 9-3.
Well, Fedor played a real nice safe right here. It's real tough to not sell out after this kick, even if you make a good hit.
Yeah, and it's pretty tough to get a shot after it, too, if you kick it and make it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the three's laying there, so. It's almost like one of these things if you kick and make it, you're going to be playing a safe back.
Yeah. There's a possibility that you clip the three and kind of like end up straight in, I think, but it's kind of tough to tell from this angle. What's he looking at here? What's he doing with his finger there?
I don't know what is he? I don't know.
Is he looking at Z kicking into the one?
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe he's looking at
kicking it towards the three and like tying it up with the three ball. This is ambitious.
He isn't gonna like it.
Yeah.
Ball in hand. And we'll see if FedorGorst can clean him up here on the hill.
Yeah.
One rack away.
Don't think the 6 goes in the side there.
No, but honestly, if it doesn't, he could give himself an angle right now to just run into the 6. The 3's readily available right over the corner. So if the 6 doesn't play, you'll see him go into the 6 right now with ball in hand.
Yeah. Yeah, with insurance. The 3 ball obviously sitting right over the corner is real nice to have.
And that's what he's going to do, it looks like.
Nick H. in the chat asks, Jason, any matches lined up with Carl at Derby City Classic?
I haven't seen any yet, but, Carl, he's going to come with a pocket full of cash and ready to play. I think that Fedor did just enough. He almost missed that. He almost missed the 6 ball. I think he did just enough, and that was just based on the tap of Vincent on his leg. Acknowledging the good shot. But no, Carl, we're gonna get Carl Baum in some action. You can guarantee it.
He said minimum 100 a set. Isn't that what he said?
Oh yeah. Yeah, he likes to play bar table 9 ball, and he likes to play the champions and get big spots. He likes the, the 5-7 last 4 in the breaks, and bet you a house.
Bet you a house.
And he usually loses. So. That's the good thing. He comes and donates. It's fun.
It's fun. I'm sure it's real fun.
Evil Morty, I am not related to Carl.
Yeah, looks like the 6 definitely goes, and this is gonna spell the end of this set. Make sure don't go anywhere, guys. We're gonna talk to Fedor after the match. We do at the end of every match. See how he's feeling. We got any shots we want to ask him about? Were there any situations? Because I know he's been getting the better part of the rolls, but wasn't there anything? I don't think there was anything really goofy or significant that happened. Seemed pretty routine.
Tom B likes your music.
Nice.
No, I am not Carl's backer, but if he's playing Oscar, I may be.
Oh, about the foul. That's right. The bad hit.
Oh, yeah, the bad hit.
That's what we got to ask him about. See if he knows he hit it bad. Sorry. He probably doesn't know. Probably just, what? No. I'm sure I hit the 1 or the 3 or whatever it was.
And
Well,
that's
there you
that.
go. That'll do the trick.
Punched his ticket into the Final Four.
Actually, we'll let it roll. Oh, he's calling in right now. Let's merge him into the call.
He didn't waste any time, did he?
Come on into the call, buddy. 1 second. Turn off the music. Turn off the porn or the corn music. Can't say that word on YouTube.
The corn music.
Yeah, there we go. We'll turn that off, and then we'll come back here and get your face right up here for all these beautiful people. That's not your face.
Hey, Fedor, will you do us a favor real quick? Can you go to the next table and tap Waleed out and finish off Shaw for us real quick? He's up 8-6.
I think it's 8-7. No.
Oh, really?
It's 8-6. Waleed was playing good. I mean, it was 5-5.
Yeah, and 8-5, right? Shaw won 3 in a row.
Yeah, and Morrow was down. Morrow was down 6-2 or 5-2 or something like that against the guy that you just beat before in the last match.
Oh, Jimmy Rivera.
Yeah.
He's up 7-5.
It's unfortunate the stream died because I made some sick combos in that match and some sick shots.
Yeah.
All right, Fedor, before we get into the match that you just played, I have a serious question for you.
Here we go.
Carl Boys, with 1 month practice against Oscar Dominguez, who are you betting on? You're not going to hurt Oscar's feelings. You know how he is.
What discipline?
What are they playing?
Oh, they would play
Is it
one of
10 ball?
each. They'd play a set of each. I think they'd go
Set of 10 ball,
rotation.
set of 9 ball?
I think they'll do rotation, 8 ball, and one hole. I think they were. I can't remember what the agreement was. It was either a set of each of those or. Huh?
What is it? What is rotation 8 ball? What is it?
No, I said a set of each. Rotation, 8 ball, and 1 pocket. I don't know if it was 9 ball or 10 ball. I think that's what they agreed on.
9 ball or 10 ball.
Oscar is stealing.
Yeah. I didn't know that. I thought they were just playing 9 ball.
I don't think they were playing straight up rotation. No.
I don't think Carl will play 1 pocket. He's clueless.
Okay. So then it
All
might
right,
have been 10 ball, 9 ball, 8 ball. I can't remember. We'll get the details
8
for the next
ball-
stream.
8 ball Carl is stealing, but 9 ball and 10 ball, it's probably gambling.
All right.
Yeah.
He just wanted to educate me. That's all, Fedor.
No. That's how bets
Carl
are made.
has to be a favorite.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, looks like you got the speed really dialed in, buddy. Looks like you're feeling good.
I don't know. He was playing a little bit slower than an average player, so he was getting in my head, and I was a little bit pissy about it, but I played okay.
Okay. What about when the ref got called over for that close hit? What do you think about the call there?
No, it's fine. I just Mike Zuglin announced that it's only cue ball foul during the players meeting, so I was thinking, what's the reason for a ref to be here? If it's, yeah, so they told me that it's all ball foul, and if I touch the ball before I shoot, then I can re-spot it. I mean, it's weird rules, whatever.
Yeah, the chat was saying it's kind of a gaffy rule that it's actually cue ball fouls only, but when you're stroking through the cue ball, if you touch anything on the stroke, it's a foul.
Just another old school rule, yeah.
Yeah. But I was actually talking about the close hit between the 1 and 9, I think it was.
9, it's really close. I don't know. It might have been
It was
a foul.
bad.
It was a bad hit. Yeah, we watched it back. But you got it, and you got the game.
Well, we called a ref.
Yeah.
I was more worried about the cue ball pass, so I had no clue what I hit first, 1 or the 9. But I was trying to make the 9 off of the 1.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't think the 1 ball was even possible to make from there. But then, the refs said good, and my opponent said good. What am I supposed to do? Say foul?
Right. Yeah.
No, watching it live, I thought it was good. Collins thought it was bad, and then we played it back, and it was clearly bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was tough to see live for sure.
Yeah, it was tough.
So Final Four, the winners. Rodney Morris is in. You're going to play the winner of Casper and Eric.
Yeah, Casper. Casper is playing good. We haven't seen him in a while. I mean, he's been playing in the United States before. I think he didn't come to any tournaments for the last probably 2 years.
Hmm.
He's around Sanjin's speed, I think.
Oh, no
Really?
kidding.
I thought he was
No.
below him.
No.
That's pretty solid. I mean, to say the least. I had no idea. I'd never heard the name before. So
He always played juniors with us. The European juniors. I think they're trying to kick me out of the table, so I gotta go pack.
okay, right on.
All right.
Well,
Good match.
let us know if we're gonna get another stream or not. But yeah, stay.
Let me see what time I play tomorrow, so we don't.
Make sure you're subscribed if you're watching. If you don't want to miss any further streams for the rest of the event.
Sunday 11 a.m. and Casper just lost to Eric from Canada, the guy who beat Vitaly. Eric Hurlifson, I think is his last name.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So I play him at 11 a.m. tomorrow.
Sounds good. Well, let us know if you can stream and we'll be on.
Yeah.
It will probably be on the mainstream table. If Upstate Isle will allow me to stream it, then it will be there. If not, then go to Upstate Isle on Facebook or Digital Pool on YouTube, I believe. That's where they're streaming, and
That's correct. Yeah.
that's where you can watch the match then.
All right. Right on. Well, we're going to call it there. We'll see you guys later. Thanks for the stream, guys.
Yeah, see you later, guys. Bye-bye.
See ya.